Did I not turn this on? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Yay! Good morning. My name is Debbie. It's my pleasure to be here as the presider this morning to welcome you to today's service. Whether you're here in the room, you're listening on Facebook Live, listening later on the podcast, or whatever social media outlet you have found us on. We're just really glad that you're here. Oh, deep breath. Have you all enjoyed the weather the last couple days? I was thinking about, as I was getting ready this morning, I was thinking about last Sunday and how incredibly hot and humid it was. And it just made me so grateful to be able to walk outdoors, to hear the birds singing, and the earth just felt happy. So, let's enjoy that happiness. Let's carry it forth as we get ready to go through this service. We've got great music. We've got a good lesson. We've got all of these things planned for you today. And so let's stand together as we prepare for the service, and let's tell the world, happy world, who we are. We are a diverse and inclusive spiritual community expressing God as love.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Good morning, CSL. It's a joy to see your faces. Everyone ready to sing? That's Mark. That's Ben. That's Doug. That's Paul. My name is Lee, and it's a joy to be with you here on Sundays, everyone. Let's sing. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my heart, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One of the reasons this Karen Drucker song is one of my favorites is because at any point during the day, we may come in and not be feeling well. And it's just a reminder. Yeah. Lay it down, set it free. Let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free. Lay it down on the altar of love. I was walking through a season of dark and loaded change, where the world was on my shoulders and my faith was rearranged. I knew I'd never be given more than I could bear. Spirit reassured me there was an answer to my prayer. Lay it down, set it free. Let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free. Lay it down on the altar of love. So every single moment I'm left with a choice to stay in separation or listen to that voice that beckons me to be open and grateful for every day. It simply reminds me there can be another way. If I lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. Love is all there is, and love will lead the way. Lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down, set it all free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down on the altar of love.
Good morning, CSL. And good morning to all of you out there on Facebook that are watching today. I'm Judy Whitcraft, and I'm the prayer practitioner of the week, which means I'm also on the prayer line. And it's interesting that today's core value is love, and the prayer I put on the prayer line, the subject is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, since today's core value is love, I'm sharing a powerful quote on how to embody and be love, especially when people or situations stir up the positive, the opposite, stir up the opposite of when you want to be positive. Today's quote is by Vex King. He's a British author of self-help books. He says, life becomes more peaceful when you truly understand and embody the idea that you can't keep stressing over things beyond your control. Life will happen, and people will do and say what they want. All you can do is focus on what you can change and let the rest be. Lee said that, put it down on the altar of love. Thank you. Now our affirmative prayer. Close your eyes if you choose. There is one infinite wisdom, the one creator of everything. I stand in the calm center of this energy of peace. I now fully understand and embody the truth that I cannot control everything in life. And I release the burden of trying. Life unfolds as it will. People speak and act according to their own paths, and I bless them and release them. I no longer carry the weight of outcomes I cannot change. Instead, I turn my focus with clarity and strength to what is within my power, my thoughts, my responses, my actions, and my energy. I choose peace in this moment. I choose to act with wisdom where I can and to surrender with grace where I cannot. My mind is calm, my heart is light, and my spirit is free. With gratitude, I anchor myself in serenity, and so it is.
Relax and visualize. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. Healed, whole, healed, whole, healed, whole, well. healed, whole, and healthy. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well, I am well. All is well, all is well. Yeah. I am healed, and I am whole. I am healed. I am whole. You saw me first. You let me in when I was at my worst. The moment when I heard you say my name, it's the first time in so long I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. You are the voice that calms the storm inside me, castle walls that stand around me. All this time my guardian was you. You are the light that shines in every tunnel. There in the past, you'll be there tomorrow. All my life your love was breaking through. It's always been you. It's always been you. My northern star. Your love will be the compass of my heart. Oh, I just want to be right where you are. Right where you are. You are the voice that calms the storm inside me, castle walls that stand around me. All this time my guardian was you. You are the light that shines in every tunnel. There in the past, you'll be there tomorrow. All this time your love was breaking through. It's always been you. It's always been you. It's always been you. It's always been you. Oh, who stood with me in the fire? It was you. It was always you who pulled me out of the water. It was you. It was always you who carried me on your shoulders. It was you. You are the voice that calms the storm inside me, castle walls that stand around me. All this time, my guardian was you. You are the light that shines in every tunnel. There in the past, you'll be there tomorrow. All my life, your love was breaking through. It's always been you. It's always been you. always been you. Oh, it's always been you. It's always been you.
Good morning. So good to see all of you as always in the room, and welcome to all of you on Facebook and YouTube. Always happy to know that there's a community outside of this room connecting to us, and that's important for us to know that you're out there as well. And also if you're watching or listening on the podcast from our website, we thank you for that as well. So you know by now, I'm sure, if you've been here more than 1 week, that we have a welcome statement that we like everyone to know that they are welcome just as they are. Actually, everybody wants to feel welcome wherever they are, knowing it's a safe place, but especially if this is new, if this is the first time. So we say this together, not to say we all agree 100% on everything or see eye to eye on everything, but we do affirm the practice of diversity, respecting diversity, and practicing inclusion. So let's say this together. As Center for Spiritual Living, you are welcome because of your age, race, religion, gender identification, who you love, who you vote for, your income, and your education. Thank you so much for doing that together. So I'm going to start by asking you something. Have you ever thought of yourself as a rebel? All the rebels are laughing. Or have you thought of yourself more as a rule follower? The rule followers who are really quiet, because we don't like to break the rules. It's inappropriate to be loud. So it's a rebel who, someone who makes good trouble, like Congressman John Lewis said. Or a rule follower who doesn't rock the boat or make anyone uncomfortable because that's the way I was raised. If you were raised that way, I'm in the same line. I was raised to be nice, don't make anybody uncomfortable. So anyway, I'd like to explore a book, and I haven't used a book for a while in our themes, but I wanted to explore the theme, and it's based on this book, The Sacred Rebel. I need to read it on mine. Sacred Rebel, Fierce Love in a Fearful World. So in case that sounds like a lot or something that you think, oh, no, I don't want to be that. You may see yourself in the next 5 or 6 weeks, and you may be surprised that you're more of a rebel than you may have thought. But I think we will at least gain a new appreciation for the need of sacred rebels and the need for fierce love in a fearful world that we live in. So what I want to give you for the next few minutes, I'm going to say up front, there's a number of slides coming up because I just want to summarize what this idea of a sacred rebel is, and then we'll get into some of the weeds of it. So it says that the most transformative response to today's polarized, fearful world is not passive kindness or angry resistance, but instead it's fierce love, a love that is courageous enough to confront injustice while refusing to dehumanize those with whom we disagree. Sacred rebels are people who challenge systems of fear, division, and exclusion while remaining rooted in compassion and spiritual practice. And I thought, oh, is that all? Just that's a lifetime of work right there. But I think we're up for it. So I think there's no surprise if you were to hear me say our culture is increasingly driven by fear. And so what are we afraid of? Well, I think we're afraid of people who are different. We're afraid fear is used as a political and a religious weapon, and fear that causes us to retreat into tribes and into our echo chambers so that we just surround ourselves with the people who think like us and speak like us and believe like us. That's our echo chamber. So this book says that the answer is not to fight fear with more fear or to fight hatred with more hatred, but to cultivate what is called fierce love. So fierce love is a love that is courageous rather than passive. It is truthful rather than nice. So we like to be nice. We don't want to offend or hurt anyone, and that can be good, but sometimes nice doesn't get the job done. Is compassionate without becoming weak and willing to risk discomfort for justice. That is fierce love. So what is a sacred rebel? So maybe you will see yourself in some of these. A fierce rebel questions inherited assumptions. A sacred rebel speaks truth with humility. And I think this is the humility part that is important. A sacred rebel stands together or stands alongside marginalized people, better known as being an ally. A sacred rebel refuses to let fear dictate their choices, and they work for healing instead of winning. We love to win an argument, win a debate, but sacred rebels work for healing instead of just the win. And it's all rather than rebelling just for rebellion's sake. We all know people just like, I'm just against everything. I'm going to rebel no matter what. Sacred rebels, though, are motivated by love, and we're motivated by the common good. So there are some themes to this. There are some themes to this theme of being a sacred rebel. And we're going to, like I said, get into the weeds of it over the next 5 or 6 weeks. But I just want to give you a brief overview. So one of the themes is that fear is the root of division. And I'm going to talk about that this morning. But it says that prejudice, nationalism, religious hostility, political polarization often grow from fear. And until fear is addressed, lasting reconciliation remains difficult. The second theme is that love requires courage. Love isn't simply being nice. Sometimes love requires a difficult conversation. So sometimes love says, this is unjust. I cannot remain silent. And everyone deserves dignity. Fierce love means holding firm to our convictions while refusing to hate. And I might as well just be upfront, that's not an easy thing. To hold your convictions, to stand strong, to say what you believe, and to speak your truth, but not hate what is being directed toward. So we'll get into that more in a later week. Another theme is speaking truth compassionately. So this one asks us to examine our motives, whether silence makes us complicit. It asks us to check when to speak and how to speak so that truth opens conversation rather than merely escalating the conflict. That is a huge need right now, to be able to speak truth that will open the conversation rather than escalating the conflict. Joy is an act of resistance. One of the book's ideals is that joy is not escapism. Joy keeps activists, caregivers, clergy, and peacemakers from burning out because it reminds us what we're working toward instead of merely what we're fighting against, which can be depleting. We need to remember joy and what we're working toward. Forgiveness without surrendering justice. There is a difference between forgiveness and excusing harmful behavior. Forgiveness frees our heart from bitterness, but it still allows us to pursue accountability and to pursue justice and social change. And last of all, there's interfaith wisdom. Sometimes I think religions fall into, I have the truth, and whatever the other groups have, it isn't the truth. But many religions share common ethical principles, especially principles like compassion, justice, and versions of the Golden Rule. So we gain from other traditions. We can gain from other traditions without abandoning or giving up our own faith. It's learning how they can all coexist together because of the common threads that run through them. So there is an overall message, and the good news is that ordinary people like us, you out there, ordinary people can become agents of healing, not by becoming louder or more combative, but by becoming more spiritually grounded, courageous, and compassionate. Real change begins inside each person and then radiates out, radiates into our families, our congregations, our communities, and society. Spiritual awakening is incomplete until it becomes courageous, compassionate action in the world. In other words, our spiritual growth, our development, our healing is not just for us. It's all part of what we do in the world, and the world gets the benefit of that. So I want to start, as I said, with the first theme that I listed up there earlier, that fear is the root of division. So what if most of the conflicts in our lives are not really about politics or religion or race or money or even personalities? What if beneath nearly every conflict that we see or hear or experience, that there's something much simpler at work? The idea of fear. So what are we afraid of? We have a fear of losing, of being rejected, not having enough. Sometimes we fear change, people who seem to be different, who look different than us. And sometimes we fear somehow that my life becomes smaller if someone else's life becomes larger. So I think it's true that fear is the root of division, but I think it's really a bigger idea than that, because fear doesn't just divide nations. Fear divides relationships. It divides neighbors, families, it divides churches, spiritual communities. CSL has always taught that our experiences reflect our inner consciousness. As within, so without. So if fear lives inside us, eventually we will build fearful relationships, fearful communities, and we can eventually build fearful institutions. But if love becomes the center of our consciousness, then everything begins to change or to shift. But we are wired for fear. I forgot my water, just a second. It's quicker to just get it than have somebody ask somebody. Story of my life, just do it yourself. Don't ask for help. So, before I get too far afield, let's get back. We are wired for fear. So maybe this is giving ourselves a little grace here, that fear is not all bad. Fear kept our ancestors alive. If our prehistoric ancestors in caves heard something moving in the bushes, the cautious ones survived. The ones who said, it's probably nothing. Let's just say they did not become our ancestors. They were suddenly on the menu and someone's meal. If you are in the woods taking a hike and a bear starts chasing you, you better believe fear can be a good thing. You wouldn't stop and say, well, let's have a little prayer of releasing fear here. because it's not the spiritual truth. Well, yeah, maybe, but it's saving your life, so go for it. The thing is, talking about the prehistoric stuff, our brains still work that way. Neuroscientists tell us that the amygdala, which is somewhere up here, but it's our brain's alarm system, and it can react before our thinking brain even understands what's happening. Our nervous system is always asking one question: am I safe? The problem is, our brain often mistakes discomfort for danger. So, someone disagrees with us. Is that a discomfort or is it fear? I'll let you answer this in your head. Someone has different beliefs than you. Is that discomfort or does it become a fear? Someone looks different. Discomfort or fear? Someone wants change. Discomfort or fear or danger? Fear or danger. Thing is, fear does not wait for facts. It does not use logic. Fear writes the story first. Have you ever met someone and instantly made up a story about them? We all have, so might as well admit, yeah, we've done it. Within the first 30 seconds, we've decided, oh, they're probably one of those people, whatever those people are. Isn't it amazing how creative our minds are? We can create something just like that. Then, 20 minutes later, maybe we've spent a little time talking with them. And maybe we discover they weren't really like we thought they were. They weren't like the story we invented. So where was the fear? The fear was in us. And out of that fear, we made up a story just like that. Okay, so we are wired for fear. Second thing is, fear creates us and them. Whenever fear enters, labels begin. So who do we assign labels to? So buckle up for this one. Republicans, a label. Democrats, it is an equal opportunity label. You may be surprised to know, Democrats, that you have as many labels as the Republicans. Just saying. Immigrants, we label them and we make policies from it. Liberals and conservatives, there's a label on them. Christian, Muslim, Jew, there's labels. Gay or straight, old and young, everybody gets the label. It's just the gift we give each other. But labels are not the real problem. The problem is when those labels replace someone's humanity. Once we stop seeing a person, it's much easier to fear them. It's easier to demonize a person or a group that we haven't taken the time to get to know. I think that's so much of part of what's happening in whatever's happening, that we demonize groups and people that we haven't even taken the time to get to know. Division always begins by forgetting that another person is fully human. So we have all probably heard how to recognize the difference between fear and love. Fear contracts, love expands. Fear separates, love connects. Fear asks, how do I protect myself? Love asks, how do I express my best self? When fear becomes our operating system, everything looks threatening. When love becomes our operating system, everything becomes an opportunity to create a connection. There is a cost of living in fear. Fear has a price. It narrows our lives in many, many ways. And maybe you've noticed this for yourself. I'm sure we all have. That fear makes our world smaller. We stop trying, we stop trusting, we stop forgiving, we stop risking. And eventually, maybe we even stop living fully. The walls of fear that we think keep us safe are also the walls that keep love out. So the Sacred Rebel chooses love because love becomes revolutionary. Today's culture often tells us a number of things. It tells us that if we're afraid, fight. If someone disagrees, just cancel them. If someone insults you, insult them back. If your tribe is threatened, attack. Revolutionary love chooses another path. Revolutionary love says, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to understand, or at least try to understand. It says, I'm willing to remain curious. I'm willing to tell the truth, but do it without hatred and dehumanizing you. That kind of love takes tremendous courage, don't you think? Yeah, if you've ever tried it, you know it's courage. The thing is, anyone can react. We all do. We all react. But it's much more challenging to remain centered. So there's an old story that's so old and so repeated that you've probably heard it a number of times. But a grandfather tells his grandson, inside of each of us are two wolves. One wolf is fear, anger, resentment, and hatred. The other wolf is compassion, generosity, joy, and love. So the grandson asks, well, if there's two wolves, which one wins? And you probably know the answer. The grandfather smiles and says, the one you feed. Every day, we're feeding a wolf. We're feeding our consciousness, one or the other. With every news story, every conversation, every social media post, every thought, we're feeding something. So the question is, what are we feeding? What are we practicing? So speaking of practice, I happen to have 4 simple but maybe not easy, practices of a sacred rebel. Number 1 is notice your fear before believing it. We believe it pretty quick, don't we? But notice it before you believe it. When you feel threatened, like we all do sometimes, try practicing just taking a pause. Just stop and take a pause and ask, is this fact or is this fear? And see what comes, see what answer you get just by being still for a while. Get curious. Replace all your certainty about someone with curiosity. Instead of, how could they think like that? Ask, I wonder what experiences brought them here. Because every one of our beliefs, or no, I shouldn't say it that way, our experiences have helped form our beliefs. Everybody experiences that. So what experiences brought you here to this place of what you believe? Curiosity about someone can shift the story that we've made up about them. Remember our shared humanity. Before politics, before religion, before nationality, we are expressions of the same Creator. But if we're curious, that changes the conversation, and it can change the story we've made. Last of all, practice fierce love. Fierce love is not passive. It's not nice just to avoid discomfort. It's speaking the truth, setting boundaries about what you will accept and what you won't, and it stands for justice. Fierce love never forgets the humanity of the other person. So I'd like to leave you with, I'd say this thought, but there's probably a couple thoughts. Maybe the greatest spiritual question is not, do you have enough faith? If you had an upbringing like me, everything was a test of how much faith you had. If you had enough faith, certain things would happen and certain things would not. Didn't always work out that way. Maybe the question, instead of that, about faith, maybe the question is, what am I allowing fear to divide? What am I allowing fear to divide? Is fear separating me from someone I love? Is fear keeping me from forgiveness, forgiving someone else or letting them forgive me? Maybe is fear preventing me from becoming who I was created to be? The sacred rebel isn't someone who changes the whole world overnight. It's an impossibility. Overnight, it's impossible to change the whole world. But the sacred rebel is simply someone who refuses to let fear have the final word. Imagine if each of us left here today committed to just one act of courageous love. One difficult conversation, one person who we choose to understand instead of to judge and make up a story about, one fear that we refuse to obey. And that may sound small or seem small, but every movement toward peace begins in one heart. A Course in Miracles reminds us that where there is fear, love is not fully present. So this week, feed the wolf of compassion and love instead of feeding the wolf of fear. And question the stories fear tells you. And remember, you are not here merely to survive in a fearful world. You're here because we're here to be a sacred rebel, one who reveals that love is stronger than our fear. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening wherever you are today. Have a great week. Thank you. Thanks. So I made an uncharacteristically short affirmation for myself. Usually they're about 5 lines long. But maybe it's simple, maybe simple is best. That helps us remember it and really incorporate it in our life. So let's say this together. I will choose courageous love and not let fear have the final word. So as you know, we believe in the power of prayer, and there are a number of ways that we offer and we hope you will take advantage of to get prayer support. One of them is there is always a prayer partner here before and after service right up here. You can come to them and tell them your requests, and they will have a prayer with you. You can fill out a prayer request card with whatever your request is. Those cards can be found right there in the middle of the room. You can fill that out and put it in that basket, put it in the offering basket as it comes around, or there's a prayer box in the lobby under the TV. You can put it there. You can also go to cslkc.org/prayer. If you click on that, there will be an email come down, I think is the way it works. And you fill that out, send it in, and your prayer partner will receive it. No matter which one of those you choose or all of them, only your prayer partner will know. It is 100% confidential. They are not shared. And if you would like a recorded prayer that changes every day, you can call 816-931-2396. All of our prayer partners love praying with you and love praying for you. It's our honor and our privilege. So this is our time to change gears in the service, to have our spiritual practice together, what we call just be here now. And so we begin by letting the music begin to shift us, shift our focus, shift us inside to where we begin to open to that quiet time together.
When I look in your eyes, I see the beloved looking back at me. When I stand next to you, I can feel the beloved in you. You are in my soul, you are my inspiration. With you in my heart, I'm never alone. We are one. There is no separation. When I rest in you, I'm home.
So let's be here now. And the idea of that is that, yes, we are physically in the room. We are here sitting in a chair or standing somewhere in the building. So we're here physically, but are we here in every other way? Are we here in our mind, in our thoughts, in our attention, on our focus? It's a powerful thing to bring it all together, where we're only here right now in this moment in every way. It's such an act of trust to let go of everything else and just be here, because we give up control, we give up needing all the answers and how to answer everything and complete everything. So let's sit in trust that even if it's just for the next couple of minutes of silence, we surrender our lives, surrender everything else, and trust that just being here right now is enough. So let's sit in that quiet for a few moments and be completely open.
When I touch your heart, I feel the beloved touching me. And when I open my heart, I open to the beloved in you. Beloved in you. Beloved, that's true. Beloved in you. Beloved, that's you.
We've come to that time in our service where we prepare to give, whether it's giving of our time, our talent, or our treasure. However and whatever we give is always given from the heart. There are many ways to give financially of our treasure to this place, to this community, to what keeps the building here, the musicians, the service that we are able to come here and enjoy each week. You can give through the offering baskets that will be coming around as the ushers come forward. You can write a check. You can sign up with your financial institution. You can do it online or use one of the apps. However is comfortable for you, and whatever you choose to give is always much needed and appreciated. As we prepare for the ushers to come forward, let's say together our offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
Surrounded by a presence, surrounded by a friend, the source of our creation, allows my heart to sing. The source of our creation, allows my heart to sing. One word, one joy, that's what it is. One love, one word, one joy, that's what it is. Hallelujah, hallelujah,
There it is. So if this was your first Sunday, thank you so much for being a guest in our place, in our home. We hope you felt at home and would like to come back anytime. We'd love to see you. Thank you for joining us online as well. I don't know that I've ever done this, but I don't want to leave people out who are online about the giving part. If giving is something that you would like to do to CSL, we welcome your giving, but it's obviously not a requirement, but I'm not assuming that because you're out there, you don't want to. So we would welcome your financial support as well, and thanks in advance for that. If this, like I said, if this is your first time, there's ways to get information about us. You can get some information on the tables over there. That's all there for you to take and learn more about us. You can also go to cslkc.org. cslkc.org, and there's lots of information out there as well. So before we get too out of hand here, when you come in, we provide a handout for you to show you everything that's happening in the next week or two. So I just want to point out a couple of things real quick. After the service today, the Allies for Racial Equity are hosting Let's Talk About It right back there. There's some information in your handout about that. This week, this Saturday, is when the men's group is having breakfast. We're doing something different this month. Instead of meeting for breakfast, we're going to come here and help another team clean up the property. So it's going to be a joint effort between the cleanup team that normally works and the men's group. Just be here at 8 or somewhere between 8 and 10, 8 and 11. We are going to have coffee and donuts. And let's see, bring your weed eaters, pruners, and blowers if you have them. If you don't, come anyway. At the bottom, just want to point out there are ways, some links to buy school supplies for kids who are starting school coming up. If you go to those links and purchase something, we will have a table. I think Jessica sent up a table. It's right back over there in the back along the wall for those new supplies. And I guess that's it. There's some other information there for you to look at and see what's going on. We love to see you for anything and everything that's here. So there are obviously some voices in the back ready to come in. Let's sing for them.
Welcome to love. Welcome to your safe place. Welcome to your family. We welcome you, Caribou. We welcome you, Amen. We welcome you, Caribou. We welcome you, Amen.
Good morning. We have a lot going on in the back, including some potty training. And so we've all been there, right? And occasionally we have to announce it to the universe. So, hey, we are looking for some fun, dedicated, brave souls to join us on the youth team. You get to enter like a frog. You could hang out with the older youth. You can hang out with Miss Yvonne with the littles, okay? But we're just looking for one commitment a month to spend some time with us if you're so called. And Ron, where are you? Ron and I had just a beautiful conversation about an hour ago about your 15 years in the youth department. And when you were invited to join, you were a little not sure about it. And the person you talked about said, that's a growth area, right? And you were a mainstay for forever and ever. And I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, if you are so called, please let me know.
Thank you. I will just say, if you are a teacher or or a volunteer in the youth department, I still remember when I was 5 or 6 in my mom and dad's Methodist church who my Sunday school teacher was. Probably because it was my dad. But there were other better memories about it. But there were other people besides my dad. Point is, the kids will never forget you. My dad aside. Okay, that's a whole other talk. I need to shut up. Let's say our closing affirmation. This is how we believe our Creator sees each and every, let's stand. This is how our Creator sees each and every one of us. Who are you? I am a perfect expression of God, worthy of a life of love and joy right now.